Hey, 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 my casual gamer friends! Welcome back to our lovely, community-driven Timberborn series, Season 3. And I would like to say thank you to all those who came to the Discord to put in your votes for the naming competition, and those that commented in Discord and on the planning session video for what we're going to do today. So if you want to get more involved and actually decide how this build goes, make sure you comment whenever we talk about things on our planning sessions on Mondays. And come join the Discord. You'll see the link in the description below where you can give extremely valuable feedback any day of the week, with or without a video. I take suggestions from all areas. Make sure you leave a like on the video. It helps out tremendously with the algorithm. Comment down below if you are liking the way this is going, or if maybe you have some feedback. Just because it's not a planning session video doesn't mean we won't take that feedback. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest builds. So, without further ado, we're going to get into the first bit of feedback. What are we naming this settlement? Well, after some back and forth on the Discord, we came up with the Casual Beaver Bastion. CBB. Alright, that's what this is. We got the Casual Beaver Bastion up here, and I kind of like it. You know, Bastion, defensive, you know, makes me think fortress, and I think we could make something like that happen. That's going to kind of influence my thoughts and ideas for this. As you can see, we been doing a little bit of adding into the power situation so we can have some more power for different things. And yeah, so as far as the feedback of what we're going to do next, it's kind of split a little bit. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to come over here and we're going to fill this in. We're going to green this up, so we are going to have more food here, and then on the next level we're going to have more trees. Okay, so that is one thing we're going to do. The second thing is this little plateau. It's nice and right in line with our power right here that we're generating. So once this is all set up, we are going to run power up here to this little plateau. And right here on the edge, and starting probably, I'd say, in this line right here, we're going to put in a few wind turbines. Not a lot, just a few, because this is going to be our staging grounds, our initial grounds where we're going to put in some power to get going, to start manufacturing. And then, really, this is going to be the next spot right here. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're actually going to eventually, we're going to flatten this cliffside out a little bit. And by that, I mean just right here. We're going to go straight down so we can use some of these edges for gravity batteries. And right behind them, wind turbines. And so we're going to have kind of on this section, we're going to clear it out and have wind turbines. And then that's going to leave all of this section right here to be manufacturing, and we're obviously going to be taking out the metal scraps. There is a water source, so we're going to be able to divert that as we please and as is needed. And so those are going to be our first little expansions. Okay, and right now we're just waiting for this drought to end, and we can get going. We're doing pretty good on our food, our water. We definitely need our water to get better. So we're going to actually focus on our gear workshop, and the reason being, we need some gear so we can get bigger water storage, so we can get that going. Also, I was using these to keep things alive, but I think I'm just gonna not use this one unless it's an emergency that these trees are gonna die. It's just too much water, in my opinion. We don't need down here anymore, so we're going to take those stairs out, and that's going to allow us to come in here with this right here, where we're going to be able to build our power, and we can just do something like that for now. We'll go over the top. All right, and we'll get the vertical shaft later once everything is built. But I really do want all of this done first, because we've got to get more food, more water, more trees. All right, and this is gonna be our easiest, quickest way of doing that. I'm still really want to have this blocked off just in case we need a flood for some reason. Okay. I just really want to have that blocked off. Some of this other stuff we can just downgrade. We may want it and we may not. Really what I'm thinking for blocking this off is once we come under here and we get this blocked off and we have sluice gates letting the bad water go out this way, we can block this all off so only good water comes out. And pretty much, I mean, bad water probably is just gonna stay stacking up until we get back there and clear it out. So a lot of this underground stuff, still thinking about how to clear that out, but we're doing our first. They're going over here, getting things done. Huzzah. Okay, so let's come back once this is done, and we're gonna have it all shipshape for you in just a bit. Well, our plan is gonna have a real hard test now. We are entering a 20-day drought. Thankfully, we got our bigger tank done and filled just in time, because so 4 of these took that place. That's 120 water. So that's 180 more water right here in this area. So that's gonna be pretty helpful. So now our beavers can go back to building what they were doing. Now would actually be a really good time to finish this up, so that next time in 20 days we can get things going. Yeah, you go ahead and get all that stuff going, buddy. Make sure we got these trees cut properly. We do. And I'm gonna make a slight calculation. I'm gonna add one more lodge when they can get to it. I'm constantly seeing a need for just a few more beavers. It's just gonna be 3 beavers, because I'm always switching them around, doing different things, which is fine for now. When we have these large droughts, there's no point in having beavers working here because they're not getting the power. Once we get the power, obviously we'll keep going, but some of these switcheroonies is fine, but I need a few more. I really would like to have my hauling post at least half full. That's really going to help with everything we do moving forward. I think we have enough food, enough water to sustain us. We just need help hauling. And so I think that's what's going to help us. Those 3 extra haulers are going to do wonders for the community. But we're going to see first, do we survive these 20 days? They're making good progress here, so we'll see if we survive and if they get it done before we have to come back. So get some water, be back in the blink of an eye. All right. We survived that drought pretty easily, actually. Food was a bit rough, but it's okay. We've got our second farm coming, so that's gonna be good. I'm gonna just spend some time making more storage. We're gonna have more carrot storage over here for this, and then we'll eventually plant more trees over here. We've gotten started on our wind turbines. Like I said, we're going to be connecting up our lovely water wheels in just a minute. And yeah, we'll have to divert around. We'll just divert around a little bit. We'll just probably put our, we'll just move our staircase over here, I guess. We gotta come around and connect up. Or maybe we put some platforms. We'll do something to get around that, so we minimize our loss. But yeah, and then I'm getting some more storage over here for planks, and some more storage is going to be built right here for gears, and then on top of that, another wind turbine. We need storage. I'm always pretty bad about storage, but then especially in hardcore mode, you gotta have that extra storage. It's just a requirement. We got that extra lodge going, so that's good. I did go in and put in some amenities that I would like to finish getting going, because it's just going to help the beavers out. Something I see a lot in other videos, and I've talked about in my Discord, is keeping your amenities high, because when you, I forget where they show it to you, but when your well-being is at different levels, they work faster, they live longer, they just, everything's better. And that's why at the beginning of the game, you can have 20 beavers doing so much, but they're at 5 like I am right now. But in the game, they're dying, let's just call it 40 days. But then in the game, they're living 65 days, and they're getting a lot more done because their carrying capacity went up, everything went up. So I don't understand why people run 0 to 1 of their amenities. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But what we do need is to get our water topped off as soon as possible, and we're going to run 24/7. We got a bad tide coming, which is not great. I think I'll use the bad tide as a chance to put a floodgate in here. Normally the dams have been working fine, but I think the floodgates, oh man, and you can't get to it because this is in the way. It's okay, it's just one. Now we can get to it. We can get the floodgates here so that when it's water, we can keep it up to irrigate, and when it's bad tide, we can just get it going out. Dams, that's gonna be fine over here. We want these dams, like as I've said before, for future use. We want to get over here and get some dams over here. This is gonna be a problem. Let's see. We're gonna need a staircase, and we need a floodgate, and we're gonna need this. This needs to be the very first thing, because our food is not recovered, and if our food doesn't recover, then it doesn't matter about anything else. Nothing else matters. Storage doesn't matter. Blockages doesn't matter. Nothing else really matters. We could use some more water. What is that looking like? We got the hard thing, the gears, so we're gonna put that down. Nothing matters. Whoop. And so you're gonna be turned off. Our water is now full, so we can hit some of these to be turned off. Just keep up with it matters. That needs to be turned on to fill up before the bad tide. Not sure how much that's going to help. Let's go ahead and bust this down. We're gonna build a floodgate in there now. But this one, we've got to keep this green. If we don't keep this green, we die. It really is that simple. and I will be literally using these flood dumps. They are going to, not flood dumps, fluid dumps. They are going to be a massive help. All right, we need you to be fully harvested. Let's get somebody else over here. We need you to be harvesting. I'm not sure we need 2 beavers, but we'll do it now because we need that food to get in before the bad tide kills it all. All right, so now we got 0.7 a day, but it takes a little bit for it to get here because it's got to come from underneath the ground and way back over. So I'd say, I think when the drought ended, we had half a day before the water got back here. So yeah, we got this, no problem. All right, this can be up, and that can be up. Yeah, so we're gonna be, I think we're gonna be good. Our water's topped off. Let's see, we're gonna get that fluid dump in time, probably. And I'm gonna sit here and wait for the water to turn red. Eventually this will be replaced, all of these floodgates will be replaced with sluices, just about. But I gotta get the infrastructure set up, but we can't when we keep having these droughts and these bad tides. It is rough, let me tell you. Yeah, see, it's about already half a day and it's not even red yet. Now it's starting to get red. And just closing. I know I don't need 100%, but I'm just closing to 100 just to make sure. Yeah, see, this needs to be firmly out, and this can't counteract it. That's what I was afraid of. This is why I have the secondary farm, and even this farm is getting contaminated. We have the contamination barriers, right? Yeah. Metal plus plank. All right. Nothing should be focused except for this fluid dump. All right, this. Oh, it's actually done up. Nice. I don't know that there's too much more we can get out of here. I'll let you keep pumping and trying, but I don't know. This isn't going to be useful, so we're just going to turn it off. Yeah, we've got to. This is going to be something we got to take care of really fast. What are you doing? I said no. I don't want any of that. I want this fluid dump so we don't die. Oh, we're waiting on the planks. That's what we're waiting on. We have a bunch of logs, so we don't need these guys right now. All right, prioritize this by the haulers. 1.4 days. Whew, this is an adventure, let me tell you. All right, now that is going, let's get back to focusing on our other things. Because we need constant power. Wind's not constant. The water's obviously not constant, but I mean, it's going to be better than nothing. I mean, if I have to, we always do have the power wheels that we can use. And that's why I don't do folktail. That's why I like the iron teeth, is you can just guarantee through droughts you'll have power with the iron teeth. But that's also why I'm doing it, because this is a challenge run, and the iron teeth are not really that challenging, honestly. All right, so then we're gonna need this guy to be right here temporarily. And then if we do that, that's 4. I mean, we might as well, for the amount of material we're using, we might as well just go ahead and come down from right here. That's really what we should do right there. All right, let's try and survive this and get some more things done. We will come back in just a second. Oh my goodness, y'all, this has been a challenge and a half. We have had constant 34 days of good water, followed by 12 to 22 days of drought or bad tide, and it has been rough and barely got a chance to sit and do anything other than keep the beavers alive. But no, we're in a good spot now, okay? So we're gonna review. All right, so we have our wind here. All right, we have some metal. We got extra lumber and gears right here. We took out our old gear and lumber here. We're gonna be collecting that soon enough. Okay, we need a few more beavers. We're gonna put down 2. This is gonna be it's be a bit of a risk, but I need a couple more beavers. Huts, so that we can get some more jobs going, because we're getting close. So what I've done is under here I have set up a reservoir. Okay, we're going to be building, we're using our ladder mod so we can go straight up and build out a few layers at a time. I know it's not the most efficient, but I mean, with the overhang and stuff, it's really hard to have an efficient route. All right. What we're waiting on now is we're waiting on 1,000 science so we can cap the bad tide source right here, bad water source. And then that means we can just cap this up. We're gonna have to do a little bit of dynamiting so I can put sluice gates in to control down here, because this is just gonna overflow if I don't. And so we gotta get that going. Let's see, the reservoir comes all the way out here, flows in here so we can pump there, and then of course we got our main pumps right here. And then up here we've cleared out a lot of stuff, and now we've added in, we have another smelter. We've got 2 more lumber mills, and we're working on a gear workshop. I try to have 1 more lumber mill than I have gear workshop. That way the gear workshop's not eating up all my planks I'm creating. Then of course I came up here and made another wind farm. I like the idea that a Propos gave in the comments about having the wind farms kind of signify your different little sections. So this is kind of like the Great Plains, I'm kind of calling it, you know, Middle Plains or something like that. We may actually end up doing districts later because of the segmented, but I'm not sure, because I want to be able to zip line all around. But we have this here. We left a little bit of room over here so that we could come back later and we could have just a quick turnaround for bad tide. Basically dynamite here and have sluice gate right here, and if it's bad tide it goes off, and if not it keeps coming, and so that'll green up everything over here. We're gonna eventually block this off, I believe, and start getting some water flowing different places to just help us green stuff up. But we're gonna need as much water, not just catchment, but flowing as possible with these deep droughts. Okay, I'm gonna come over here eventually because of the waterfall. This makes a nice natural fall down, and it makes me glad I have this mod of the air gaps. Where is it? Here we go. Airlock chambers, because this flows in under here, and I would not want to accidentally flood that. So what I can actually do is I can come in here when I have these unlocked, which is gonna be a little while, and we can put airlocks here. We can put airlocks on the side. So when we have the front of this is completely, reservoired off, beavers can still get in and get through with those airlocks to get underneath. It's gonna be very beneficial. But right now we're gonna need, we gotta get some more beavers because we just don't have enough. The food is going pretty good. We are definitely doing good on that. But we've got to have more beavers. What we also did is we came under here, and since we were able to unlock the sluice gates, and we put a sluice gate here and here with some levees, so all the bad water is just contained back here. We will eventually probably come through here and unblock it and let it go around, but that's going to be a minute. What we're focusing on over here is we're gonna cap these off and cap that off so we don't waste any water running out the map from that direction. So that is what we have been working on and trying to survive this whole time. Let me increase the speed a little bit. I mean, because basically, like, as soon as the drought ends, I'm putting everybody on water, and I'm going 24 hours to try and get water as soon as possible. Because there was one bad tide, we were down to like 5 water. It was too close to comfort, but we caught it, and that's all that really matters. And so we gotta get those beavers because we need more work to be done. And it's gotten to the point where it's just kind of tedious of flipping everybody around. Well, we do have some bad water saved when this was pumping bad water. We'll save this for those bad tides. We need that for our dynamite. And so then what we're gonna do over here, once this is all set up, I'm actually gonna come out and I'm gonna put a couple dynamite makers here, put a couple of their storage facilities right in front so they always have easy access to what they need. And then we'll start stockpiling dynamite like crazy for our future use. You guys know how much I like dynamite. And yeah, so that's about what we've been fighting against. I mean, just doing our best. I think we're in a good spot now. And so, with these with this water here, we don't really need this too much anymore. I'm not taking it away quite yet because I want to save it for droughts, so that we can ensure we have enough food supply. Same for over here. I bet I could probably let in some water, and that would help tremendously. And so, yeah. And what's crazy thing is so I put a sluice gate here. I did have a floodgate, but this is just going to automate things so that, it lets it out how I want and it keeps everything back. Right now, because what I've noticed is once I cleared the blockage, it didn't matter how I had it blocked off, this would always go dry during a drought, even though it's not exposed to the air. So evaporation is not technically supposed to happen according to the devs, but it was anyways. So we just had to deal with that. Just had to deal with that. But yeah, we're looking good, guys. And so if you like these hard modes, man, hit that like button. Make sure you're commenting down below about what we should do next. I'm taking any and all feedback for our user playthrough. You get to control what happens. If you want more control more often, make sure you check out the description and how you can join the Discord and be part of the Casual Dad Gaming community, where we're always talking about Timberborn or other games. And then you can figure out, more easily how to control what happens, all right? Because we're always talking in there. All right, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for all the Timberborn strategy game actions we got going on and see how this community-led build will end up. I'm excited for it, guys. And we're gonna leave it here. We've made some good progress. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.